My friend Marcus, he's 38, works as a civil engineer in Phoenix, earns about $94,000 a year, texted me a screenshot last spring. It was his monthly expense summary from his bank app. Rent, $650, car payment, $480, insurance, utilities, subscriptions, another $610. He typed 4 words underneath the screenshot. Where does it go? That question is worth more than the answer, because Marcus isn't broke. He's not irresponsible. He doesn't buy luxury watches or take exotic vacations. He just sends money out every single month and watches it disappear. And the brutal part? Every dollar he sends out lands in someone else's account, not as spending, but as income, as capital. Think about that for a second. His $1,750 in rent is his landlord's dividend. His $480 car payment is a bank's yield. His streaming subscriptions, his insurance premiums, his utility bills, all of it flows upward, every month, like clockwork, to people who own things. Marcus earns, they collect. That's the game. And most people never even realize they're playing it. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because I was Marcus. Exactly. I spent the first 5 years of my career earning decent money and feeling vaguely anxious about it the whole time. I was pulling in $67,000 a year at 29, which felt like real money, and I had maybe $3,200 in savings to show for it. Not because I was stupid, because I had never stopped to ask who was on the other side of every payment I made. I remember sitting in my car in a parking garage, this was 2014 in Columbus, staring at a receipt from my internet provider. $62 a month. I'd been paying that bill for 4 years without thinking once about who received it. I did the math right there. That's $2,176 I had sent to a telecommunications company. Gone. And what did they do with it? They paid their investors, their shareholders, the people who owned a piece of that company. That was my turning point. Not a book, not a podcast, a $62 receipt. Here's the reframe that changed everything for me. Capital isn't money. Money is just paper with a promise attached. Capital is stored demand. It's the thing people need and keep needing, regardless of what's happening in the economy. A water utility isn't valuable because of its balance sheet. It's valuable because every person, every day, turns on a tap. That's demand. Stored, permanent, and whoever owns the infrastructure capturing that demand collects automatically, passively, relentlessly. So when you pay your water bill, you're not just buying water. You're paying a toll to cross a bridge you don't own. Someone built that bridge. Someone owns it. And as long as humans need water, that toll keeps coming. Wild, right? Now, what most people don't realize is that this same logic applies to almost every bill in their life. Your landlord didn't build your apartment building to give you somewhere to live. They built it, or bought it, to capture your housing demand permanently. Your car loan is a bank capturing your need for transportation. Your phone plan is a corporation capturing your need to communicate. You are a source of recurring revenue for a portfolio of owners you will never meet. And I want to be honest with you about something. When I first understood this, I didn't feel inspired. I felt sick, because I looked back at 5 years of paychecks and realized I had been on the wrong side of every transaction. Every single one. But here's the thing, and this is what Marcus didn't see in that screenshot. The same system that was draining him can run in reverse. Let me tell you about a woman named Gloria. She's 61 now. She retired at 54 from a job as a middle school art teacher in Knoxville, Tennessee. She never earned more than $51,000 in a single year. She did not inherit money. She did not start a business. She did not flip houses or day trade options. What Gloria did was simple and almost boring. Starting at age 27, she bought ownership stakes in companies that captured recurring human demand. Utilities, consumer staples, REITs, infrastructure funds. She put in $200 a month at first, then $300. She reinvested every dividend automatically. By the time she was 54, her portfolio was generating $3,100 a month in dividend income, not from working, from owning. She had become the person on the other side of someone else's bill. Gloria didn't do anything exotic. She just understood one thing earlier than most people. The goal isn't to earn more. The goal is to switch sides. Stop being the source of someone else's capital flow and become the destination. Okay, so how do you actually do this? Here's the framework I use, and it's almost offensively simple. Every time you get paid, before you cover rent, before you pay any bill, before you buy groceries, you move a fixed amount into a brokerage account and buy ownership in something that generates demand-backed income. You pay yourself first, not what's left over. First, start with 5% of your take-home pay. If you bring home $3,500 a month, that's $175. That's not going to make you rich tomorrow. But here's what $175 a month invested consistently in income-producing assets at an average historical return of 9.8% annually, which is what the S&P 500 has returned from 1993 to 2023, turns into over 25 years. It turns into just over $200,000, and at a 4% withdrawal rate, that's $8,000 a year landing in your account without you lifting a finger. That's the beginning of someone else paying your bills. Now. The reason most people don't do this isn't math. The math is simple. The reason is sequence. They pay everyone else first and save what's left, and what's left is almost always nothing. The system is designed to consume your entire paycheck before you can claim any of it. Rent, car payments, subscriptions, they all auto-draft. They go first by default. You have to fight to go first yourself. That fight is the whole game. Let me narrow this down to who I'm really talking to. If you earn a regular paycheck, and you're good at your job, and you're not reckless with money, but somehow the number in your savings account doesn't move, this is for you. If you've ever looked at a monthly statement and felt that quiet, specific dread Marcus described, you're not bad with money. You're just still on the wrong side of the transaction. The people collecting your bills aren't smarter than you. They just understood one thing sooner, that owning demand is more powerful than meeting it. Every dollar you redirect toward ownership, even a small, imperfect starter amount, is a dollar that begins working the other direction. It starts flowing toward you instead of away from you. Tonight, before you sleep, open your bank app. Set up one automatic transfer, $50, $100, whatever you can defend, to a brokerage account, timed to hit the morning after your next paycheck. Don't think about what to buy yet. Just get the account funded. The habit of going first is worth more than the perfect investment. Marcus texted me again last month. Different screenshot. His brokerage account balance, $4,300. He called it small. I told him it's the most important $4,300 he's ever had. Because for the first time in his life, he's on the right side of the flow.